Hoi allemaal, welkom terug op mijn kanaal vandaag. Oh my gosh, I am getting a haircut soon because look at this. This is... Okay, so I definitely got some color because this is getting darker than everything else. Anyways, we are getting into a new tutorial, palette focus, which I'm so excited about. Thank you to my mother. She came to visit. So it is February. No, it is March 1st, actually, as of right now. First, second. Today's March 3rd-ish, somewhere around there. So this is how early I'm starting this palette focus. But a couple weeks ago, my mom came to visit for the first time here in the Netherlands. It was so exciting. And she also brought me some Patrick... See, this is where my lighting comes from above. And the ring light, but Patrick Tall, major dimensions 2. She is cute. This is this duochrome or thingy going on. What is this called? Lust, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Lust. This duochrome, triochrome thing going on. Gorgeous. Lust. Perfect name for it. Perfect name for it. And what, 1.8 grams each of product. So that is quite a bit of eyeshadow, to be quite honest. We will also be getting into this. Yes, I know. Major Skin Hydra-Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. I'm going to be starting to use Golden Neutral Shade 18. I mean... It's March and the sun has been coming out, so it probably will be a klein beetje donker on maar het is echt leuk. So, dus, ik heb ook, ik heb ook, ik denk ik heb ook. The cream contour and powder bronzer duo, and she's chiseled. Yes, it's definitely dark. She's Bronze was actually out, so I'll make it work. And I also have cream foundation and finishing powder in medium 3, which I believe was like a warm golden or something like that. So I also have this, which we will be trying out. As I mean, is this pretty? Yeah, they're pretty close, but I actually am very curious about the powder on top of the foundation just to set certain areas. But there's going to be a lot of Patrick Ta going on here. 12 grams of product for cream and 9 grams of product for the powder. That is actually really nice. And as a makeup artist, this is conveniently packed. So, and I also got, I believe, a couple blushes, new ones. She's, what did I? Because I have, you can tell which ones are new. She's Wanted and She Goes to the Gym are the 2 new shades I recently added. She's Wanted, I mean, that berry, how can you not? And She Goes to the Gym, I believe, was supposed to be a true mauve. So, we are going to get into these, that is for sure. And then I still have She's So LA, She's That Girl, and Oh, She's Different. Which is also supposed to be a little bit darker. But these are beautiful, beautiful products. And I do think I feel like I have a good curation of different types of color themes going on here. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and prep my eyes. It is getting a little hot in here, so what did I do with my fan? Gonna turn on my fan, but yes, Patrick Ta, Major Dimensions 2, and we are gonna get into this. All right, so the tape is on. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the eyes with the Pro Filt'r eyeshadow primer. I know there's also creams in this, and there was the whole, sorry, if you can hear that, that is my fan, because it is klein beetje heet up here. Het is echt warm nu. What was I talking about? The creams, yes, the creams. Yeah, no, let me bring this side down a little bit. The creams, I mean, a brand that is really doing a lot of cream-based things, I do appreciate the fact that there is the flap in there. And I'm just now realizing that right there Where is it? Our bird is building its nest. That is amazing. Creams, yes. Cyrus, focus. It's actually really cool that a brand, Pro Filt'r eyeshadow primer, prepping the eyes, is doing a lot of cream-based things, because it is actually nice to have that option if you forget your eyeshadow primer, which I have done before on sets for weddings. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you. Oh. But as usual, I don't know what type of looks I'm going to do always. I'm going to create as many looks as I possibly can with this palette, and we will go from chia. But yes, Patrick Tall, a phenomenal makeup artist. So the fact that he has a line, I'm really excited to get into. Ooh. Sure. Yeah, I need to stop buying new foundations because I need to start going through what I have. Charlotte Tilbury. Might get rid of that one. First and foremost, let us go ahead and start matte. Finally cleaned my brushes, so I'm quite excited, but now I've got to figure out not only my life, but figure out where is what and what was where and why was what done and had been done did it. So, don't mind the crazy hair at the moment, but I think as of right now, we are going to get into, oh my gosh, I gotta get my life in order here. Un momentia, je believe. We're gonna get into this palette, and I think first and foremost, oh, that trio duochrome or whatever that is really calling my name. We are gonna dive into, what is this shade called? AMOUR. And of course, I will put the description there, what I'm using. We're gonna dive into AMOUR Ears Fluffy Brush. Oh, there's a lot of pigment already. And I'm very curious if this will go warm, more warm of nay. Because I would love a palette to be more mauve-y, like a true mauve. Ooh, that is actually really nice. Loving the pigment. And this is actually my first eyeshadow palette that I'm diving into, which is exciting. So, in the crease, obviously. Gotta make them look like twins. And this brush is actually from Bare Minerals. This is like way back in the day when I worked with them like 10 years ago. Jesus. At Bell Square, good old Bellevue in Washington. Anyways. I am loving this pigment already. Here we are, really diving into this palette as is. Already getting warm, which I can see. No shocker there, because that's been like every brand lately. Alright then, it's not bad. That is cute. She's cute. Blending out the edges. Alright then. Obviously, definitely more warm than I was expecting. Okay. Next, I think I want to dive into a fair, which is going to be the sparkling purple. Like almost like this bronze plum almost. But we are going to go ahead and basically tap it from the middle out into the edge. Same on this side, tap it in the middle and blend to the edge. Alright, looking at this Lush duochrome, triochrome thing, it looks like it's a fair mix with, what is this warm one in the middle? Desire? It almost seems like it has these two mixed together to get that flip with maybe a little bit of this or a little bit of that also, which is actually really nice. Because this shade Affair is already giving me vibes of the Trio Chrome Extraterrestrial from Divine Rose 2 and even the Divine Rose 3. Oh, that is definitely going to be part of this palette focus, because these are liquid molten lava. Going in with that fluffy brush from before, just to go ahead and blend it in with Affair. No, what was this one called again? AMOUR. Because I want to see how well the color story also plays together. Alright, that's cute. Let me dip into AMOUR a little bit more and just emphasize that crease a little bit better. There we go. And I'm a little afraid that foundation is going to be a little bit dark, so you will see a line. Don't judge me, because I'm getting my color back soon. Next, let's go into the shade Romance. I'll use a flat brush for this one. Or would it be better to use my finger? See what I could get from the... Oh my god. Yeah, finger, definitely. But, oh my word. We are gonna have fun with this palette, y'all. And I'm right off the bat noticing if you tap it over the last with Affair, it actually starts to change shades, which is beautiful. Oh my word, that is. I need more Patrick Towel. This is just whatever's left over. Let's go ahead and let's do this together. Brow bone will be know what? No. Let's have this be the moment. That is gorgeous. We are gonna go into Crush, actually, for the brow bone. I can't with this. I can't already. Oh, it's been a long while since I've done a matte for a brow bone highlight. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, this is such a beautiful hint of whisper of like just something. Yeah, because the main focus is going to be on the eyes, on the lids, that is for sure. I didn't know why Danity Kane just popped into my head. Showstopper. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. All right, for liner, I am curious to try Heartache. Unfaithful Cream, I think I might wait till later, but oh my god, my hair. Heartache, we are going to dive into. And I am curious as to how deep it will get. Ooh. I might need to get that all matte palette also. Well, first and foremost, I need to pass my Dutch Embercrane ears en dan ik wel. Jullie, deze echt mooi. Oeh, echt mooi, jongens. And it builds on top of that a lot better. Oh, God, this is... I completely understand the hype between of Patrick Ta now. And what do I wanna? Oof. That's pretty. Going in with the fluffy brush, just blending out that crease again. You know what? We'll dive into Heartache again. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just go for it. Cause like, why not? We're gonna YOLO. This palette definitely has my heart for sure. Oh, I'm so excited to dive more into this palette. All right, so tutorial number 1. This is already off to a very great start, that is for sure. 1.8 grams worth of product, Jesus. 1.85 grams worth of the cream and 1.8 grams worth of the eyeshadow. So, already off to a beautiful start. Because I was afraid that this palette will be very redundant, but I can tell there was a lot of thought process behind this palette for sure as far as the making, and you could definitely get quite a bunch of different depths with this. And the layering, oh my god. Patrick Ta, I applaud you. This blew my expectations, to be quite honest. Already. Like I said, I don't know how many tutorials I'm gonna get out of this, but I could tell you there is going to be quite a bit. And these mattes, a lot better. What was that? Crush as a brow bone highlight. It's been a while since I've done a matte brow bone highlight, but that just really, it's doing something to me. I'm getting a heartache because I'm starting to get a crush. I think I might have an affair with this brand. Oh my word. But I will go ahead and do the rest of my face. You guys will see the final look in a moment. Like I said, right off to a good start. And I will let you know everything else that I used on my face. It mostly, moving forward, there's gonna be a lot of Patrick Ta happening with this tutorial, or this palette focus. So get ready to be bombarded with Patrick Ta everything. I will see you guys in a moment. This is the final look. I am a little bit embarrassed because this foundation shade is definitely darker than I was expecting. It's safe to say that there is pigment. The color range, phenomenal. If this is golden neutral, 18? Because this was the exact color I was when I was living in Las Vegas. I am a golden neutral type of undertone shade range, where a lot of brands do more orange, yellow, more cool. So it's quite odd. I love the foundation. It's very tacky, which I like when you put it on. So a lot of things will like adhere to what you put on top of it, which is actually really nice. Can we just say pigmentation with this brand? There's a lot of pigmentation. I had to tread very, very carefully with, first and foremost, Charlotte Tilbury's Vanish color corrector into medium, Dior's Flash Luminizer in 003, Charlotte Tilbury's beautiful radiant concealer, beautiful skin radiant concealer in 6.5 medium, in 8.5 medium as well. Setting powder is actually from the cream foundation and powder duo. So this is what, medium 3. This looks light, but it really complements this foundation. It doesn't like do a really ashy casty type of thing. It just complements it, which I love. And it is under the under eye as well. Very, very finely milled, which I do love. Bronzer, contour is actually, she's chiseled. This I had to tread very carefully with because that is pigmented. So that is what I have on for bronzer slash contour, basically. Blush is, she goes to the gym, and I only use the powder. Now, this was the shade I was expecting, because this really is a mauve type of shade, which I love. I love mauve tones, especially for my complexion. No highlighter at all, so that's actually really beautiful. Because I just love the glow of this foundation, so there really was no need. When Divine Rose blush came out, this is what I was expecting as far as mauve, but this mauve, beautiful, gorgeous, love it. Now as far as the eyeshadow, stunning. Like, this is just, it's a moment, that is for sure. Brows are still Benefit Brows. I don't have any brows from Patrick Ta. Lips is Pat McGrath Opulous Gloss and Pale Fire Nectar. So this is tutorial number 1. I am very curious as to how many more tutorials I will get out of this. But like I said, for the most part, I am very flabbergasted right off the back. Pigmentation, quality already. I believe this, where is this made? Yeah, ADSLR, Ireland, UK, made in USA, but I'm curious as to where the stuff were from. Because I did see somewhere that it was made in Italy on something. I don't know what it was. But for the most part, quality is phenomenal. I really do love the quality of this eyeshadow. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun to do. I'm pretty sure I might get quite a bit tutorials out of this, especially with in conjunction with the whole brand as a whole, to see what else they are catering to. But pigmentation right off the bat, for sure. This foundation is giving skin, that is for sure. I miss being tan. I miss my color when I was living in Vegas, but I think it was Urban Decay's Naked Skin 7.75 was my exact shade when I was living in Vegas, and you could not tell where the foundation started and where it ended, because I think that was more of a golden neutral undertone. 0.75 was golden neutral, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But for the most part, beautiful. I'm excited to continue with this palette and playing around with more of the brand, and very curious as to what the cream foundation will look like. But without further ado, I'm gonna take some pictures, and as usual, you guys can go to my Instagram page to see the final looks, the final edits of everything, and of course TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'll see you guys next tutorial.